Whoever wants to save their life will lose it, and whoever loses their life for me will find it. These are some of Jesus' weirdest words. It makes it sound like our lives are this thing that we can find and lose as simple as spare change. But it does beg an interesting question. If you were to go looking for your life, where would you find it? Is it in the electrical currents that run through your brain when you think of the sunset where you grew up? Is it the number of strangers who know your name on the internet, or your assets over against your debts? Is it in the pain that you felt or dealt? If you were to go looking for your life, where would you find it? Now, the word that Jesus uses for life here is suke, or psyche. It describes so much more than just this flesh and blood and eating, sleeping body that we are in. It describes our aspirations and opinions, our hopes, our memories, the jigsaw puzzle without the box bits that make up our life. And when Jesus says that this is something that we have to give up to gain it, it's right before he goes and shows us how. He hangs on a Roman cross for the good of other people. He hangs there, a man of aspirations, opinions, of hopes and memories. A man who knew the smell of seawater and the taste of a mother's home cooking, who knew the embrace of friends closer than brothers. And he could give this up. He could go to that cross because when he talked about life, there was an adjective that he liked to put in front of it: eternal. See, he believed he was starting a new kind of life, the next stage in human evolution, that a new age had come. And that this life that he was beginning was a life that would be even stronger than death itself. And the law of this life is but one: love. See, life is a thing that only grows when we give it away, because, as has been said in many times and in many different ways, love is a thing that only grows when we give it away. And Jesus did not go gentle into that dark night. Like a seed that falls into the crack between pavement, he exploded out of the ground, more beautiful and radiant than he had been before. Love was resurrected. And it's because of this, because of the resurrection of Jesus Christ, that the people who follow Jesus are a resurrection people. A people who believe, in the words of one saint, that it is more blessed to give than to receive. That it's in dying we are born to eternal life. A people who should not be afraid of changing their minds or being open to people that are different. A people who are not afraid of giving up things that they adore for the good of another, because love is a thing that only grows when we give it away. Now, Jesus didn't give us a lot of rituals. He didn't give us a lot of things to do to commemorate all of what he did and said. But one thing he did give us: something called baptism. It's where we're taken out into water and pushed under and pulled back up in some way that mysteriously symbolizes going from death to life, to play act that move from death to resurrection. And maybe Jesus gave it to us because he wanted to give us something better to look back on. Because we're often tempted to define ourselves by the pain that we felt or dealt, to reduce ourselves to our compulsions or addictions, to our opinions, aspirations, hopes, or memories. And whenever we're tempted to do that, we can look back on baptism and say, no, those things ran downriver long ago. Maybe it's because it's not just enough to say that we believe Jesus rose, or that love only grows when we give it away. We have to do something about it. We have to experience it, to feel it. So that when you're asked where your life is hidden, you can respond in the words of St. Paul: I have died, and my life is hidden with Christ in God.